Hello, brothers and sisters of my heart. My name is Publio. I'm gonna sing a couple of songs to prepare our environment, to prepare our hearts for the Spiritist talk tonight. First song is Song to Mother Zephyrina. Source of love that radiates, warming up our cold nights, support and comfort, support and comfort. Cascades flown down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. Oh, my mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings, make you small son a good Christian, make you small son a good Christian. Source of love that radiates, warming up our cold nights, support and comfort, support and comfort. Cascades flown down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their hearts, with love in their hearts. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. Oh, my mother Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings, make you small son a good Christian, make you small son a good Christian. Now I'm gonna sing a song called Good Old Man. It's about our protector, our mentor, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beards, Santas look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santas look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, apostle of the gold, receive our prayers and also our heart. Desde Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Desde Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Desde Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Now a song called Vibrate. When life lends a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It's time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Now this song is to almost finishing the songs is to prepare to calm our heart, to calm our mind for the initial prayer. So the song called Calm Me Down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound, the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well don't need a hay. Music lifts, his spirit sings sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy, in peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes how well done in the hay. Music lifts his spirits and sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. In the last song called Love is Action. Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the lights that come through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action.
morning, everyone. Welcome to our Spiritist talk. We are happy you are here. Thank you, Publio, for inspiring us to put love in action, for preparing our hearts. Thank you, Marceli and Vilar, for your hard work behind the scene. This is a teamwork. And before we start, as usual, a few announcements. We ask you to turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place if this is possible. Our meeting has a 30 minutes presentation followed by Q&A. Then after the presentation, we will have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. Our meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Concafras Americas through their Facebook and also every Wednesday at 8 p.m. by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. And for those who want to learn more about Spiritism, Get to Know Spiritism is a free and online course that happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. New class will be starting in fall. So reach out for more information through our social media and our Tuesdays talks. So stay tuned. We offer virtual gospel at home. The gospel at home is an effective support for you and your family's spiritual harmony. We will motivate and guide you in establishing and even maintaining the Gospel at Home study meetings. By posting in our chat, you can always request it. Please let us know. And you are mostly welcome to include your or someone else's name on our a private list of positive vibrations. The person or people you indicate will be assisted by good spirits to provide healing, energy, and strengthen goodwill. The link can also be found in our chat. And the topic of today's meeting will be special. Am I a medium? Understanding your gift and what comes next. It will be facilitated by our sister Monica from London, Ontario. Everybody is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and they will be addressed at the end of the talk. It is now time for our opening prayer. So I ask you to close your eyes and picture our Master. Thank you, Father, because we are here united again in your holy name. Thank you for the support we receive on a daily basis, and especially all this preparation that happens by invisible hands so that this study can happen. Thank you for the support, for the protection, for the honor of being part of this study. We ask you, Father, that you help each one of us to give our best. We ask you to prepare our hearts, our minds, our soul. We ask you to help us to deliver the message of the gospel. But we ask especially that you help our sister Monica. We thank her for her commitment, for her donation of time all the preparation that led to this talk. We ask you, Father, that you inspire her, her words, that you bless her home. And we also ask our Mother Mary to give her, to give us and her your peace, O Jesus. In your holy name we pray. Amen. And finally, time to invite tonight's speaker. Welcome, Monica. How are you today? You are mute. K- Uh, could you unmute?
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah,
I can
there
hear
you
you now.
go. I was just so inspired by the music and the praying that I forgot to open the mic. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. We are all looking forward to hear what you have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So good luck in your talk, and I will see you a little bit later.
Yes. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, so thank you to all those dear friends from Spiritism Canada for having me here again. It's always a blessing and an amazing opportunity to be among friends. And today we're going to talk about mediumship. If you ever told someone, especially outside of Brazil, that you are a spiritist, you probably encountered a mix of curiosity, um, confusion, even fear, and inevitable a few questions. Can you see the dead? Can you talk to them? Can you send a message to so and so who just passed away? Mediumship has been in humankind forever, for long, long before Kardec and the Spiritist doctrine. And mediumship often evokes both fascination and skepticism. Some view it as a mystical power, others fear it, dismiss it as a superstition. One of the greatest challenges we face is understanding what really is mediumship, how it works, how it influences our daily life. More than a century ago, Allan Kardec provided a rational and structured approach to mediumship, helping us understand our spiritual nature in connection to the invisible realm. And up to today, scientists from many universities continue to explore things like the so called sixth sense, near death experiences, consciousness beyond the physical body, reaffirming that our spiritual connection is legit and it's a valuable subject for study. We're also living a crucial moment in our planetary evolution, one where understanding our relationships with the spiritual realm is more important than ever. Mediumship is not just about an extraordinary phenomena. It's a natural aspect of human existence, and we're gonna see it during this talk. It shapes our thoughts, our emotions, our experiences in profound ways. And we're gonna explore a little bit what truly means to be a medium. How do we recognize and develop our spiritual sensitivity? And most importantly, how to use this faculty with awareness, responsibility, and purpose, not only for our personal growth, but also to do a greater good. But what is mediumship? In the Medium's book, item 159, Kardec clarifies that every person who feels the influence of spirits is a medium. Mediumship is often misunderstood as something mystical, supernatural, but in reality, it is a natural faculty, a fundamental part of the laws that govern both the material and spiritual realm. Whether we are aware of it or not, we're constantly interacting with disconnected beings. This interaction is not exclusive to those with strong psychic abilities. Rather, it manifests subtle through thoughts, emotions, intuitions, inspiration. The material and spiritual world are deeply interconnected, separated only by difference in the vibrational frequencies. While our physical body limits our perception of the spiritual realm, we are never truly disconnected from it. We receive intuitive insights, inspirations, and even guidance, whether we're aware of it or not, whether we're able to recognize it or not. In essence, we are all mediums to some degree. Mediumship is not only about seeing spirits or hearing voices. It exists in everyday moments when we experience sudden insights, strong gut feelings, moments of deep inspiration. For example, have you ever had a sudden feeling that you should call someone only to figure it out that they were really in need of support? Or perhaps you had a strong and weird intuition to take a different route home or to work, and you later realize you just avoided an accident. These are simple yet profound examples of intuition on our daily lives, influenced by spiritual guidance mostly. This means that mediumship is not a rare gift, it's not a privilege, it is a natural faculty inherent of all human beings. Some people may have it more intense or developed, but we all experience some kind of spirit influence. And by becoming more aware of those connections, we can better understand, develop, refine our sensitivity, allowing mediumship to become a tool for us to grow, balance, and deeper understand our lives. One of the most important truths about mediumship is that we are constantly interacting with spirits, whether we realize it or not. Our thoughts, emotions, and even our actions can be influenced by spiritual presence around us. On the Spiritist book, Allan Kardec proposed these questions: do spirits influence our thoughts and actions? Question 459. The answer couldn't be more clear. They often direct both. Their influence is greater than you think, for very frequently it is they who guide you. This statement reveals that spirit influence is not occasional. It doesn't happen here and there. It doesn't happen only in a specific place. It happens far more often than we assume. The thoughts that pass through our minds, sudden inspirations, and even our impulse may not always originate from us alone. Since we are constantly influenced and being influenced by spirits, it is essential that we become aware of those interactions. Spirits might be able to see and hear and connect with us, even if we don't perceive them. Their presence and influence do not depend on our ability to see or hear them. Therefore, understanding who we are connecting with and how we are being influenced is key to develop a healthy and conscious approach to mediumship. So we recognize that we are all mediums in one degree or another. But that's just the first step. The real challenge lies in understanding what to do with that. Mediumship is not just about having spiritual sensitivity. It is about knowing how to develop it, how to use it responsible, and how to protect ourselves from negative influences. One of the most common questions people ask, how can I strengthen my intuition? The answer lies in self awareness, education, practice. Just like any other ability, mediumship requires training, refinement. Another important concern is spiritual protection. Since we are constantly surrounded by spirits and they are influencing us more than we can perceive, we must be mindful of our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, as those are going to determine the type of spiritual company we attract. They are going to influence who are we inviting to sit side by side with us in our couch when we turn on the TV. When we cultivate positive thoughts, high moral values, and self discipline, we will align with higher spiritual influences. And mediumship is way more than just a phenomenon, it is a responsibility. It requires education, discipline, moral development to ensure that we are using it for the greater good rather than being unconsciously influenced by external forces. Developing moral values and ethical behavior is the key to strain our connection with superior spirits. And by studying and cultivating our inner growth, we not only improve our sensitivity, but we also enhance our overall spiritual journey, getting more clarity, protection, and purpose in our interactions with the spiritual realm. Mediumship is also understood and practiced in different ways across cultures, across tradition. For us, Spiritists, mediumship has been deeply studied and recognized as a natural faculty, strongly linked with moral and spiritual development. However, for many others, mediumship is often misunderstood, frequently associated with sensationalism, supernatural phenomena, um, use it for personal gain. It is showed in many TV shows, in series. We now have programs showing ghost hunted, those that go in haunted houses to clean the house, psychic readings. We see those advertisements every now and then. And because of these portrayals, there are two common misconceptions that mediumship is only about visible, strange, dramatic phenomena, such as talking with dead, moving objects, making materializations. And mediumship can only be exercised in controlled spiritual settings, such as seances, by special persons with uh, unknown abilities that most of us do not have. But in reality, mediumship is way more than that, and we need to understand our mediumship. To truly understand and develop it, we must go beyond the idea of the spectacle, the paranormal phenomena. We should recognize it as continuous and natural interaction with the spiritual dimension. One that, if we nurture with awareness, discipline, and ethics, can guide us to personal growth, moral development, deeper connection with our mentors or spiritual guides. So, what we established so far, the first and most important idea that I want to pass today is that mediumship is not a rare gift, it's not a privilege. It is something inherent to all humans. We all have some degree of mediumship. We're in constant interaction, as we saw with the Spiritist book. Spirits can see, hear, and connect with us, even if we don't perceive them. We must be aware that this influence is happening over and over again. While some people might have more strong sensitivity, we all have some degree of some level of spiritual influence in communication. And the ability to connect with the invisible realm is a path to grow, to understand the spiritual beings, to connect with our guides, to make sure that we are connecting with high vibrations, with good ideas, we are receiving good intuitions. And this leads to us another key aspect of our sensibility, the key importance of our mental and emotional state. Mediumship is not just about seeing or hearing spirits, it is a mental connection. Since we never stop thinking, our minds are constantly emitting and receiving thoughts, which means we are always communicating with spirits, whether we recognize it or not. Two of the most common and subtle forms of mediumship are intuition and inspiration, and that happens with all of us. That is the subtle idea that we just had, the gut feeling that warns us to avoid something or some place or some person, the creative insight for those who write and play beautiful songs as we just listened in the beginning, something that feels like it's almost given to us. Those are all our connection with the spiritual realm. But not all influences are positive, as we might expect, and that's why it's so important to develop mental and emotional awareness. We need to try and focus with a positive mindset and avoid a negative mindset. But it's impossible not to be on a bad day or in a bad mood every now and then. So, whenever we are in this place feeling angry while you ride your car and someone passes very fast or someone cuts you or something else, we need to be aware. That's why I put it mental and emotional awareness. As soon as I perceive that I am snapping, I am answering in a negative way someone, or I'm just thinking I didn't do anything, but I just had a thought, why this person said this to me. There I'm making connections. That's why we need to be very aware. Whenever we feel a little bit of anger or sadness or any other negative emotion, we need to stop it as soon as possible. Go for a walk, open a good book, listen to a good music, do a meditation, do a prayer. And the key idea here is that we should be able to recognize what is external and what is actually mine. If I am someone that never drinks, and all of a sudden I start thinking, oh, I should open this bottle of wine, or I should have another glass and another and another. And that's not my common thoughts. I should be aware. Maybe this is someone whispering in my ears and it's not a good whisper. And mediumship also comes with a lot of responsibility. It's not a privilege, as we saw. It's not a special power. It's not a way to gain influence over others. It's not a way to make money. It is a responsibility. Like any other ability, it must be developed with ethics, discipline, and commitment to higher values. Unfortunately, through history and up to nowadays, many people had misused their mediumship abilities for personal gain, vanity, control others. And this often leads to deception, misinformation, spiritual imbalance, not only for the medium, but also for those who seek guidance from them. The purpose of mediumship is not to impress, to entertain, but to serve greater good. And without moral development, a medium can become vulnerable to negative spiritual influences. Lower spirits are drawn to individuals who seek power, recognition, self interest. Ego driven mediumship can lead to spiritual manipulation, distorted messages, and even to obsession. For this reason, ethical responsibility is fundamental in the mediumship practice. And developing mediumship is not just about recognizing spiritual sensitivity, it requires a lot of study, discipline, moral responsibility to ensure it is practiced safely and effectively. Allan Kardec, in the Medium's book, right in the end, he says the first thing a medium needs to do is to study. And he emphasizes that true spiritual development comes through those three pillars: rational study, learning about mediumship from a scientific and philosophical perspective helps us analyze and interpret our experiences with more clarity. Moral reform, mediumship should be accompanied by ethical, moral improvement, aligning our intention with higher spiritual values, and self discipline, controlling our thoughts, emotions, and actions, as I said before, to keep a harmonious connection with enlightened spirits. So, how do we improve it? Developing mediumship is not just about recognizing the spiritual influence. It's about gaining control over your thoughts, your emotions, and the connections you are making every single day. One of the most important things you can do is learn to identify which thoughts and emotions are truly yours and which may be external influences. So we should ask ourselves, is this thought in alignment with my usual way of thinking? Does this emotion make sense in my current situation? Or did it appear suddenly without any reason? Does this inspiration feel uplifting, constructive, or does it bring confusion, negativity? Now, one thing that people ask over and over again, well, I'm feeling a little bit, I'm having intuitions, but I'm deeply afraid. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles in developing mediumship. It can paralyze us, clouds our judgment, prevent us from fully understanding our spiritual nature. But where does this fear come from? For many, the fear of spirits arises from cultural beliefs, stories, myths, religious teachings often depict show spirits as dangerous, evil, reinforcing fear and misunderstanding. From childhood, people hear ghost stories or religious warning about evil spirits, shaping the perception that the spirit world is something to be feared rather than understood. Lack of understanding. Fear thrives in the absence of knowledge. The unknown is always more frightening than what we understand. Ancient civilizations were terrified of natural phenomena such as thunder, solar eclipses, believing that those were divine signs of punishment or natural. Now we know it's normal. There's nothing happening there. And fear often exists because we we don't understand well what we're perceiving. Imagine that you are waking up in the middle of the night and you see a shadow in the corner of your room. At first, your mind might race in fear. Imagine there is something very sinister right there in your bedroom. But then you turn on the light and you realize it was just a coat or something hanging on the chair. The fear disappears the moment we understand what we're looking at. And the same goes for mediumship. When we lack knowledge, our imagination fills the gaps with fear. But when we take the time to study and understand the spiritual realm, we realize that mediumship is not supernatural, it's not scary. It follows divine laws, just like any other natural ability. How can you overcome fear? We need to learn, we need to study. The more we understand the spiritual realm, the less power fear has over us. Recognize that mediumship is natural. Everybody has intuitions, inspirations. We need to cultivate balance, patience, vigilance, strengthen our moral development. The fear weakens when knowledge and confidence grows. I'm a little bit unsure about time, but I'm almost finishing. So, the characteristics of safe and ethical medium. Emotional and mental balance. A good medium maintains inner stability, avoiding emotional extremes that can distort messages, attract lower spiritual influences. They cultivate calm, patience, self awareness, self discipline in thoughts and actions, as we just saw before. We need to be aware that we are always exchanging thoughts and emotions. So we need to be very, very mindful. Moral integrity. It is not enough to study. We might know from the beginning to the end of all the books that Kardec organized. It's not enough. You need to practice. You might know just a little bit about Spiritism, but if you practice, you are evolving way more than someone that knows all the words, all the questions in every single of those books, but it's not using it to make them better, to make the environment better. So we need to practice everything that we learn. Be selfless. So mediumship should always be used to help, to uplift, and bring clarity to others, not for personal status, control, financial benefit, and dedication for sure. Mediumship is an ongoing journey, constant learning, constant self reflection, constant evolving. And why is it so important to study? Studying mediumship is not optional. It is essential for anyone who wants to develop their spiritual sensitive in a way that is safe and responsible. Without knowledge, mediums can become misleading, confusing, and even harmful to both the medium and those around them. Study protects us against self deception, negative influences. Without a solid understanding of how mediumship works, it's easy to misunderstand an experience, a message, or become overly confident with our personal impressions. We're very vain, we're very easy to go with a big ego. Study helps us recognize and reject harmful spiritual influences, as we saw before. Not all spirits are enlightened, and we know this. Some might seek to confuse, to manipulate, to exploit those that are unaware. That's why study is so important. Studying helps us to understand that we should use our gift for good and not for personal gain, for financial gains. With study, we learn to use our abilities with wisdom, humility, and ethical responsibility. Without study, mediumship can become very dangerous. Mediums who lack knowledge are at risk of falling into manipulation, self delusion, and even obsession by lower spirits. And the misuse of mediumship, whether intentional or due to ignorance, can lead to confusion, loss of mental balance, and even harm to the medium and to others. So, knowledge is also protection. Almost ending. So, in conclusion, it is essential to redefine our understanding of mediumship. If there is just one key takeaway from this presentation, let it be this: mediumship is not a supernatural gift, a rare power, or something reserved for a selected few. It is a natural human faculty, just like intuition and inspiration. It is present in all of us to vary degrees. However, mediumship is not something to be taken lightly. It requires knowledge, discipline, and moral elevation to ensure it's used in a way that benefits ourselves and others. To do that, we need to study, to deepen our understanding of the spiritual laws, and refine our ability to better understand the influences we are receiving, to practice, apply what you learn with awareness, humility, and responsibility, and to work towards our own moral transformation. John de Angelis says very wisely, mediumship, when guided by moral values, is a tool for enlightenment, but when misused, it can become a source of illusion and imbalance. Just like an untrained musician cannot play a symphony, an unprepared medium cannot interpret spiritual communications clearly. By studying, practicing, and working with our moral development, we can use the mediumship into to help others. And last but not least, mediumship is a path for every one of us to grow. It's essential to recognize that mediumship is more than just a skill. It's a journey of spiritual evolution. It's a path toward a greater wisdom, self awareness, service, offering us the opportunity to deepen our connection with the divine and the spiritual realm. So this journey is a continuous, it's a learning path that we go over and over again. Every day we learn a little bit more. Today we are better than yesterday and keep going on and on and on. And true spiritual growth comes from humility, love, sincere commitment to serving the greater good. As we move forward, let's embrace mediumship with confidence, knowledge, purpose. Let us be guided by love and higher ideals, always remembering that our greater mission is to uplift and help others and ourselves. So I want to close with this quote from Bezerra de Menezes: mediumship with Jesus is the gateway to liberation, a healing remedy, a source of profound consolation, and a guiding light of safety to all of us, both incarnated and discarnated, placed in service of the greater life. May we always use our gifts wisely, selfless, and for the greatest good. Thank you.
Thank you for your talking, my dear. Your soothing voice makes it even more enjoyable. How do you feel like answering a few questions?
Sure.
We start with our brother Vila. Can the concept of intrusive thoughts be caused by our interactions with discarnate spirits?
Yeah, I think that this is a key question, and there is not a one answer possible. So that's where awareness is so important. We need to do this homework of knowing myself. Am I someone that is easily distracted, and I easily get angry in the traffic, at work, and with my family? So then chances are, if I'm having an angry thought, it could be mine, because that's me in essence. So that's why, um, we need to be aware of who I am today. Hopefully I'm gonna be better tomorrow, but today I am
Mhm.
in this path, and it might be an influence, but it might be myself as well.
Correct. So I guess the challenge is to find which one are the intrusive
Yeah.
ones, right? And which ones are ours. And by yours truly, is mediumship a natural law like gravity? Is there a chance it will ever be studied and understood by our science?
I think that that's our hope for our planet as we evolve, but we do have quite a few groups studying the near death experiences, senses. We do have many groups at Columbia, Harvard, Johns Hopkins that try to study intuition and they. So I think we are in a good path. We walk slowly, but scientists are uh, they tend to take a little bit small steps at a time. So, but we're getting there.
Wonderful. From Publio, we have seen many disturbed mediumship. How to avoid or rectify such situation?
Well, Kardec tells this over and over again in the Medium's book. The first step is to study. The second step is inner reform. You cannot become a good medium connected with high spirits if when I go out in the streets I'm driving like crazy, I am um, calling someone names, I am being disrespectful. So I'm surrounded by those that are in the same level vibrational and emotional that I am, and that's why we always use this term mediumship with Jesus, because mediumship is not just to know all those books. We need to use the gospel in our daily lives, and by transforming the way I act when something goes wrong in a way as I perceive as wrong. Well, this happening, it's so wrong for my small and tiny way of viewing the life, and then I get angry. So that's the moment I got a connection that is not good. So that's why we're seeing so many disturbed mediumship. We are easily vain. We receive a message, and all of a sudden I take a picture and I post on Instagram, and then I sign as Bezerra de Menezes or someone else, and then I want to be in the podium all the time because I am one of the best mediums ever. And humankind, we need to, yeah, we take a long time to get better. But it's very hard.
And finally, from Marcelli, if a person has strong mediumship and doesn't know how to control it, can they stop if they want to?
Well, I read on the medium's book, mediumship is an ability. So just like seeing, just like tasting or touching, I cannot all of a sudden decided that I'm gonna become blind. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna see anything. I'm just gonna close my eyes. You know. So if I had in the planning of my reincarnation, it was that's something that I was supposed to be born with. I am supposed to be born with this high intuition or the ability to write something that was passed by spiritual friends. I cannot stop it. It might go as the question from Publius. It might make me even more troubled than I am. So the answer will be to study, to find a group where you can dialogue with other mediums with more experience than yourself, and try to find a balance.
Very sensible answers after a great presentation. Thank
Thank
you, my
you.
dear. All right. So I guess it's time to wrap up with our spiritual care. What is PASS? PASS is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. PASSes help us restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy, positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from passes, please just follow the audio instruction or remaining prayer. You may close your eyes if that helps. And during the pass, that water you set aside will also absorb spiritual energy that you and your family can benefit from. And now we are going to make a final prayer in preparation for the pass, and this is going to be our final prayer. So I ask you to once again close your eyes and reflect and think about all that has been said and taught to us tonight. Thank you, Father. Thank you for our brothers, spirits, the mentors, guardians of this group, of this work, for the protection we have received once again. Thank you for the incarnate and discarnate audience of this talk, and for the blessings that will be left to those who will watch this later. Thank you, especially for our sister, for the talk given by our sister, her preparation, her dedication, all the time she used, she gave us tonight, which is not just the talk, but all the preparation. We ask you, Father, that you bless her heart, her family, each corner of her home. She gave us the water of life. Give, give her back, Father, all these blessings. We ask you to bless the people we have in our vibration list, that each one of them may have the assistance, the help they need and desire. We ask that you help them overcome, be strong through the turbulences, the tribulations of their lives. We ask that you bless, Father, each one of them, and that you stay with us, that you fill our homes and our hearts with your peace, that you help us reflect and do this inner transformation that has been taught to us, so that we can attract positive influence, so that we can develop whatever kind of mediumship we have. Oh, Father, thank you again. And we ask that you stay with each one of us now and always. Amen.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
And thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada in continental Concafres America at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. And don't forget to follow Spiritism Canada on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Spiritist group Path of Light on Facebook as well. Have a wonderful night. God bless you.
Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, mate, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try. Build that bridge over troubled waters, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrows, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark hope. No more fear, no more fight. Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, babe, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try, build a bridge over troubled water, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark hope place, no more fear, no more fight. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark hope place, no more fear, no more fight. Let the sun walk away, shine, shine. Let the sun